Hi guys, good morning. Okay, first card I see is the Four of Cups, and I see somebody who is very, very, very consumed with their thoughts. I hear the word distracted. In this particular picture, this person is sitting here with his arms crossed, and whatever it is that's here as an option, it's the only option that's going to work in this situation. Well, I don't want to say only, because I just heard literally. I heard that you find a way, basically, to go around the only option. But I do see that this option here that you disregarded while you were focusing on these other three things, it was the one option for you that for you personally, you would have been the happiest. For some of you guys, you're going to take a whole different option. You're taking a Page of Wands instead of the Four of Cups. So you may not realize that this option here has worth or value to it, but you actually downgrade. You go from the 4 to a 1. And the Page of Wands is, it's not a come up. It might be an idea. It could be an interest. It can even be somebody that you sleep with that doesn't have a home to go back home to. But a page is just a simple idea or a experience that is exactly what it sounds like. It's a page. It's a moment in your time. So some of you guys actually, I see, have quit a job. Some of you guys may have got out of dealing with court for some reason. The Knight of Pentacles, to me, I consider that card in particular the prosecuting attorney card. So if you had court or you thought you were going to go to court for something, it does look like for now that's out of the question, or it's off the table, which is probably, no matter what, better for anybody. But you're quitting your job in this read. It looks like to go lay down. You're not shaking my table. Go. I'm not kidding. Go. Thank you. I love you. It looks like you quit your job even in this read. Or your work ethic becomes very poor. Some of you guys lose even a court case, possibly with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you guys could receive an offer of some sort from your attorney that you don't really care for. For some of you guys, if you have been worried about, honestly, like going to jail or serving like consequences that are like, it appears to be slightly major, honestly, because we have the Death in the reverse next. It just looks like for whoever I'm speaking to, you're going through a fucking big ass tower moment right now. And if you haven't lost everything yet, you more than likely will. So I didn't learn that until I already lost everything. But I specifically remember being in it. And during my times during tower moments, I honestly, the younger you are, the more ignorant and we haven't had as many fucked up experience, basically. And even if you did have a fucked up childhood, you have hope for the future, and you're just like, well, my life ain't gonna be like that. I'm not gonna do that, and you're certain of it. Whoever I'm speaking to right now, I'm hearing that this might be the second or third tower moment for you. I'm hearing third to be technical because I don't know why, but I'm hearing that whoever I'm speaking to, you could be in your 30s. Of course, you can be any age, but somebody in their 30s, honestly, is what I kind of feel the energy of. And 30s, 40s. But what's bothering me the most out of this read is the age, actually, that you're coming up. So yeah, I am definitely feeling a 30 or 40-year-old age. And my concern here is literally, I mean, just everything in general. The age is a concern. 30-year-olds and older are a lot more difficult to convince to do things in a different way. And if you've already had 3 decades, even, 2 decades to challenge yourself to overcome these barriers right here, and you haven't yet, that is the first concern. The second concern is that you don't pay attention to what the fuck any of your elders or leaders are offering you or telling you to do. You then become very frantic and dramatic and shit. My phone's trying to catch on fire from the candle. But you become very frantic and become very dramatic over situations. To the point where you could sleep around with, like I said, low vibrational people. You cope with things by trying to replace them. I wouldn't even call it stay busy, because some of you quit your job. Some of you guys are extremely depressed. Some of you guys may or may not miss court. But the prosecuting attorney in the reverse, I'm just getting 2 vibes. You either didn't have to go to court, or you just straight up didn't go. And some of you guys even go to jail. So, wherever it is, I mean, obviously some of you guys are not fucking doing shit with court, but you're dealing with somebody that maybe is dealing with all of these things. Page of Swords in the reverse wants to come out. So, you or whoever you're dealing with, they start petty ass fights with you, or vice versa. And these fights actually could just be instigated right from the get-go so that they can go do whatever they want to go do that they're not supposed to. This person, I'm also hearing, doesn't feel well emotionally and mentally, spiritually, any of it. And so one of the things that they do to cope with their emotions is actually just fucking fuck with you over and over and over again. I don't think this person has much of an argument when it comes to anything that you've asked about personally. And so this person almost just starts fights, and they just want to sit there and fuck with you, like pick on you, and they want something to actually, like, I mean, I just feel like they want to feel better in a way. And so they do start fights with you. Some of them, I'm hearing, even start a fight in hopes that you're going to get more reactive, and then a bigger fight will occur, and then they're going to have that against you so that they have at least one little thing against you too, because this person basically has no intention of quitting whatever it is that they're doing, but they also didn't want to lose you in the process. And for whoever it is, you've made it very clear you're on your last fucking straw. And the reason this person is doing all this shit is I do think that they fucking want one little thing from you so that they can fucking try to keep this going a little bit longer. I was just going to say, let's pull and find out if this person's cheating. Because cheating is a lot different than fucking dealing with addiction, as far as I'm concerned. Addiction's like one thing, but literally fucking... Knight of Wands. We don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure though. I feel it. But I knew it. I fucking knew it, bitches. Okay, so we have the Wands upright and we have the Pentacles in the reverse. So Wand can mean one of 2 things. It either means you're using your wand, or it means you're manifesting, like, goal-oriented change. And, yeah, the money's in the down. You're not making any money here in every area. The Knight of Pentacles down, Page of Pentacles down, Eight of Pentacles down, and upright. You have this, also the Swords down. The only thing you have, somebody over here is offering you love too. You had a good job that paid you well and you were really great at. Some of you guys just, again, it's like you're slipping out of the services that you used to do. There's some kind of legal service that some of you guys are supposed to do. This could be community service, it could be anything legal, but it's like you totally just fade off, and you're right before death for some of you guys. You could just be partying and just going through a lot, and you're dealing with a lot of pages. You're sleeping with them, and then you're also possibly friends with pages, which would be people that don't have jobs, houses, cars, or money. This particular friend of yours over here could be stealing your money. They steal from you when they're at your house, possibly. They're coming up in the reverse. Or whoever it is that you might be close to, there's something negative about their energy. Let's find out what that is. I want to say abuse. Let's see what's going on here. Well, it's probably you, honestly, as the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, because I see here that you go from, shit, this is not good. Okay, this is getting worse, guys, just to be honest. So, it looks like for a minute you might get your family back, or your kids back, or whoever it is back. But literally, it jumps from a 6 to an 8, so within no cards difference, just a period of that one little moment, you get 2 more times worse. And the kids are gone now. If you were able to, like, have them back in your life for a short minute, and you have them currently, this shows you alone here. This could, let me see. See what happens here. Well, obviously you guys get in a fight. Justice in the reverse, yeah. Bro. So, whoever you're dealing with may agree or disagree or go back and forth with their decision. Stop. I love you. They might, like it looks here. Oh, here, have the family. Have the kids. Take them. And then, where are they at now? Where'd they go? Literally, where did they go? This person might literally take your kids. Yeah. Broken heart, bro. You have the Fool. You're gonna take a leap of faith after all this shit. But yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. This is bad. Some of you guys might get back with your family for a short minute. You could relocate. Go lay down. You could relocate somewhere, but it looks like you're still end up walking away from an abusive situation. And you have a broken heart over it. And then you go from the broken heart to the Fool. So somebody might come into your life and actually offer you some random idea. They might inspire you to do something crazy and out, way out of your normal, because you go from this dude, and you also go to the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which means your depression and shit comes to an end. Yeah, it's a long process for whoever I'm speaking to, bro. I see that throughout this whole process, to be honest, you still have not actually figured out stability. There's no stability here. There's pain, bunch of fucking lowlives and shit. People that ain't got nothing going on. There's somebody that fucking is near death emotionally in multiple cards. Broken heart, Eight of Swords, fucking death card in the reverse. I mean, abusive family, rescue abusive family, court. Fuck, dude. Everybody in your life, other than the people that are gonna fucking give you a ticket, seem like they don't have shit going on for them. You could, again, like I said, provide for these people, and they could take extra things than you were even hoping to fucking spare. You're not gonna have justice regarding this matter. Bro, I don't know. Now we have the Ten of Swords too. This is freaky. It's like you go back and forth. And that came up earlier in the Wheel of Fortune. So, nothing about this situation for whoever I'm speaking to is going to get any easier. For months. For at least 2-3 months at the minimum. And so for the next couple months, it just goes back and forth between, honestly, the worst possible emotions that you can have. It's like 1 minute you're feeling motivated to do something different and do something about it, and then bam, and it's like you're processing the breakdown, the crying, and then bam, it's like maybe you get in contact with this person, things go decent, and bam, it's like friends are coming and going. I see a lot of friends coming and going for whoever I'm talking to. The friends that you guys have in your life, they don't have a life, and they have way too much free time on their hands, and way too much free time is the devil's playground. So if you are surrounded by 5 people that don't have goals and they make excuses for everything that they don't do correctly, before you know it, you're gonna become a part of that. And even if you have accountability originally, what are you doing? You'll sink into the circle, basically ending up being the coolest loser, is what I called it. And we'll never be satisfied being the coolest loser. We're never going to be satisfied actually never accomplishing whatever it is that we think about. And that's the cool thing about a dreamer, is that we just don't ever stop dreaming. Nobody actually does. Whenever we can't think about something else and anything consumes our mind, it's more than likely a very specific calling. Our higher power has a way of connecting to us and connecting events and people and making them reoccur very strongly. And how you can know if your higher power is bringing you into it or if you're obsessed with the matter is, has it already been closed out? Did you already find closure on it, or no? Obviously, if there's like not closure on it and you're still thinking about it, then probably is something that you need to look into a little further. Something that already has been completely closed out and you just can't seem to process and release is a different situation. So everything, honestly, that we think, feel, and do, it really does require us to break it down into smaller little portions and fucking analyze each little detail of that. Something could have happened on Saturday or Sunday. For people that are 28 in specific, or something will happen on this following weekend for somebody who is 28 or 29. I see that some of you guys have a bill ranging from like $113 to $160. Pay this bill. The second time I heard that too. Yesterday I heard the same thing. Pay your bill, because some of you guys have like probably a smaller $150 fee, and you might think, oh, it's so much, I don't know where I'm going to get that. Well, if you get a shut-off fee on top of that, it's going to be about $550, $650. So that $150 is going to sound a hell of a lot better than I get so distracted when I see something. I like cannot stop. Like I like this. I love you. Pay that bill though. The second time I heard that. Open and close. I see. Some of you guys need to make sure that you get whatever it is that you need to done, because 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, is the time period that you have to do it, and you just haven't been using your time the way that you need to. And you need to have that organized on a schedule. You need to be making a schedule, and you need to be serious about what you're doing. Because if you are not taking it seriously, what you do end up doing is actually making an error. And other people get to review whatever it is that you're doing, and they get to decide if they take you seriously. And even if you're like, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to make that mistake. 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, 7 mistakes, 50 mistakes, 26 mistakes. And even if you never, ever, ever go anywhere and you get to stay right where you are in the same position your whole life, and you're just like, no, I was the leader, or blah, blah, blah. Look around you and see how many people respect or care that you are in a leadership position. And that's going to show you how much respect people have for you as a person. Your ego, or the announcement that you give yourself regarding your position or your placement in your career, is kind of like it is truth, but most of the time our skills speak for themselves. When you're good at your career, you're just the go-to person, and people just know who the fuck you are. Everybody knows who the fucking the good dude is, or the good realtor is, or fucking this or that is, and the good car lots are, and the bad ones are. I mean, that's just how life is these days. So if you're finding yourself honestly having to put so much extra effort into selling your work or promoting your work, you're probably doing too much, and you may even be off track. Go lay down. Get out of here, dickweed. Love you. Excuse me, I'm such a pig. So, some things that you guys can do that I know are due. Are your kids in sports forums? If you're somebody who's in the city, they are online already, and they're available. My daughter's has already filled out. You're going to want to order their sports stuff, like their knee pads if they play volleyball, so on. So make sure you have their forms filled out. You guys can go get your kids a physical. They're good for like so long, like I don't know, maybe 1 to 3 years. I don't know. Why do I feel like they need to do it yearly? But I didn't do my daughter yet yearly, but said that they had everything that they needed there, so that was good. And it was really easy to get online and take care of, and I'm not really somebody that likes to deal with all that shit that much if I don't have to. I would happily pay for an assistant and go fucking weed eat the yard. But another thing you guys can do is, the bus route. Yeah, we need to get that registered. There's a registration for your guys' kids to ride the bus route. Let's see. I'm all getting distracted. I feel like, oh my gosh, I totally look like dog shit. I need to jump in the bath and do all that shit, but basically what you guys need to do is you need to honestly, I want you to focus on whatever your priorities, in your opinion, are. Although priorities are extremely important to pay attention to. When you are communicating with people throughout any time, and you ask them, what are you doing? You like how they talk is their level of education, and it's where they like to be at most of the time. And it might be cute or tolerable for the moment, but if it's not literally on your level or even above it, you're not going to end up finding yourself satisfied, and within a few months, less than 6, you're going to be questioning why the fuck you did what you did, and why are you with this person, and why wouldn't you have left the first time you thought about it. And you've thought about it every day almost. I've been there, and years went by, multiple times, with a few different people. And I was very young at those times, and I could have been youthful and thriving and doing whatever the fuck I'm doing right now then. It's probably better that I wasn't single, though, because maybe I wouldn't have been doing as good as I am now. Because I wouldn't have had a man to fucking tell me 99% of the time, you're not doing what the fuck you said you were going to do. You're going to do what the fuck I asked you to do because we're a couple. And I liked that at the time. So just pay attention, like, to balance in your life. Like, if your man's with you, are you not spending time with your kids? Like, I would say, like, literally, if you only got to spend the amount of time with your man that you just stated right now you spent with your kids this week, you'd be probably freaking out. So, humans are prioritized also by importance to another person. So go ahead and write down, what are your priorities, and listen to those things too when people speak to you. Like, my priorities are all on mortgage. I always think Halo, bills, my job, self, family is priority, and I do like to enjoy nature a lot. I should go to the lake with my daughter today, But also pay attention to what people want to purchase with their money. Do they spend money or do they invest it? I always watch that. I'm just like, no. Because I'm like big on just investing anything. If you're not putting your money towards things that you're going to see anything come back out of, I don't see anybody on our true channel getting satisfied with that kind of lifestyle. Even if you're a spender at this time, you're developing. You'll know if you're an investor or a spender if you have the desire to purchase a car or a house, or you're imagining your future family. If you're not somebody who's imagining those things at this time, then it could be a little delayed, if not coming. It's always up to the person's motivation to do so. There are a couple classifications of people that I have not actually been able to convert over into the work world, but I always still want. There's always got to be a way. There's always got to be a connection made. There's a leader out there somewhere that can connect with these people that nobody else has yet, and that's exactly what happens. You just gotta find a leader, honestly, that's like, hey, it's okay, man. People make mistakes, or you gotta find a leader that doesn't even fucking ask you about the mistakes you made. That's even better. They're out there. Martin was one of them. Good man. That's how I learned everything I learned and teach you. It's from my teachers. And I had great teachers, other than Burwell. Horrible teacher. Every time she would cut any of our hair, it was always crooked. Bangs, don't even. The perm she did too. Poor old lady didn't have any hair on the right side or left after she was done. And she never said anything about it being an issue. That's why we had to let her go. We don't tolerate teachers lacking in experience when it comes to our students, unfortunately, for their career path at least. We offer them more training, and she tried to go to Africa even 2 times, and they wouldn't even take her over there, so we knew then that that wasn't a coincidence. We were like, we knew they didn't speak even English, and they were just picking up on an energy and a vibe. And we already knew what they were going to confirm, but it was pleasantly satisfying, honestly, seeing different countries turn the same evil being down that I did too, multiple times. So funny. And it brings me great joy every day that I think about it. I specifically remember this evil being always trying to apply over and over. It's like, they didn't take me. And you're like, it's fucking hilarious, because this person on their turf, oh, they would have told you how they've been chosen. They're the chosen one. Go ahead and get these bitches in action. They're full of crap, dude. Some of them never did shit with their life, and they still walk around like they're victorious, and they're very clever, and they target people that are the youngest in the environment. Not youngest like in age, but youngest in familiarity of what happens in these environments or procedures or protocols. And basically, if they're around the brand new fresh people that are entering these organizations, they don't know shit, and so this person looks they're the coolest loser in these organizations. That's what's happening there, and you're just not. It's kind of interesting being on this side of the spectrum and just seeing that the people that are labeling these people and putting them over here and the criminals or bad or dangerous, and it's literally these people that are organizing them that are by far more dangerous and upsetting than anybody I've ever met or known in my entire fucking criminal history. So for some of you guys, this is your own girlfriend or wife, I'm hearing, or it could be your husband, but somebody has a girlfriend or a wife that is a very big fake. Your person could honestly really talk a lot about like religion, I'm hearing. They may flicker over here to spirituality back and forth, and like there's no flickering. Like you're not gonna sit there and say you're fucking some kind of religion and then come over here and do this. You can do spirituality and then understand there's multiple different kinds of gods, but a religious person trying to say they're religious and then claim that they're over here doing other stuff that's against their religion, that's not okay. So I didn't get baptized, because they have a lot of committed rules that they would like you to follow, and if you're not following their rules, then fucking you're not really fucking doing anything. And I'm not saying that doesn't make you amazing. It's just saying, like, you are a human individual and you have to actually be respectful. And that'd be like saying I do on a marriage and saying you'll be faithful and you go cheat on your husband. And just because he doesn't know doesn't mean the fucking you didn't just promise that shit. It's about the promise that we make. And so if you can't keep the promise, don't commit to the subject. Read through things very carefully. Some of you guys need to read through something really, really carefully, and some of it's going to come in the form of a different writing. Some of it's just going to be hard to understand, and you need to pay very close attention in this chapter. You're not really, honestly, like, very stable when it comes to your mental or emotional. And basically, I can see whoever, if you're somebody who's supposed to be organizing or documenting things, I don't know that you're the best person to do that, with respect. I think you should have somebody with a clear mind and a accurate sense when it comes to numbers and graphs and organization and following procedures and protocols. You need to be away from this person as well for unless this person contacts you for needing help with anything or answering a question, leave them the fuck alone while they concentrate, because even a smart person with a clear mind is going to have to concentrate very fucking closely on making sure this whole thing works out in your favor. So there's a lot of stuff that is going on, and you need to either organize this in a timely fashion based off of what is needing to be done soonest to fucking latest, because there's no time in here to fucking spare. Some of you guys are down to your last fucking few days trying to keep it all together, freaking out. So you're emotionally freaking, you're losing everything physically. You're just completely different man or woman than you were 2 weeks ago. There's a lot to take in, and you need to rest, and you need to know the resources that are available, and you need to allow other people with limited contact with you to handle this and to get back to you. So get going on that today. See what resources are out there. Give them a call. And see if you can come back to this list and cross anything off, or feel like you at least understand things more. You have a direction that you can go. I love you.